Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Dark Anime Robin. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the SH Figuarts of Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Mini Daima from the Dragon Ball Daima anime series. And this set is manufactured by Bandai Tamashii Nation. And as you can see, this figure is still enclosed in its transport box. So the first thing I'll do is to get it out. Let's have a quick look of this set before we open it up. So through the transparency, we can see the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta mini figure here, and looks like this set has at least 3 interchangeable face parts, each for different kinds of expression, and a pair of interchangeable arms that's for like cross-arm pose. And looks like there's a extra face parts for the Goku mini SH Figuarts set, and there's also energy effect parts for Vegeta's signature attack, the garlic gun. On the back here, it kind of shows how Goku, the mini SH Figuart, would look if it's equipped with that face part you just saw, and many pictures of the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta mini figure to show how it's articulated and capable of putting on a lot of poses for display, like all SH Figuarts. So, essentially, this set can work well with these 2 other SH Figuarts sets from the Dragon Ball Daima series. Again, this Goku mini figure here, it's where this extra face part should go to. And if you have the Gogeta mini figure here, you can just kind of work with this figure to show like how it's power up to the Super Saiyan 3 form. Now I'm gonna open this set. Looks like rather than have a instruction manual sheet, the instructions are painted on inside the case here. So this side, it's showing us how you can change the face parts and how you're supposed to remove and reattach the arms for the cross-arm pose. And seems like it comes with its own display stands for poses. There's also kind of interchangeable hair parts. Here's the main set inside plastic casing, along with the display stand on the back here. But before we get to them, let's check out this side. Inside the case, if it does also. Actually, no, it wouldn't, since it's all transparency here. Or it's actually. Okay, here we go. So this part is talking about how many pair of hands, interchangeable hands this set has, and which one works with the energy effect parts for the garlic gun pose. So before we open this case, let's quickly check out the face parts here. So like the first face, it's kind of like a battle cry expression. And this one, it's kind of a little crazy and with a bit of smile. So it's like a kind of lost in the battle, kind of swelling face of some kind. And this one's almost the same. It's looking to the left with a little smile and teeth clench kind of face. And the default face is kind of emotionless, stern form. And now to open this case, you have to be careful because there's many different tiny hands here. If you open the cover too hard, you could send the whole small pieces inside flying, and you're gonna have a lot of trouble trying to get them back. So here we have the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta minifigure. Look, even without actually putting it down, I can tell you can't really get this figure standing without much help from the display stand, because you see how much bigger the hair is pretty much than the rest of this Vegeta's body here, so you can't really have a great balance there. See? So I guess before we do anything else, I think the first thing we should do is set up the stand. Here we have the pieces for the display stand, and as you can see, it is possible to get this figure standing on its own, but in order to achieve the balance for that, you have to get the figure to look down, which really wouldn't be a good pose. So it's really important to set up the stand to work with the figure for poses. I'll put them together. go. So this, while this can hold this figure in place to keep it from falling down, but you can't really hold it too steady. It's enough if you just want to get the figure stand still. Now let's check out the articulation of this figure. So you can look left and right very easily. Okay, and the head, you can kind of look up if you bend its torso backwards and head up. You can also look down. Its arms can raise laterally, almost 90 degrees. The articulation of the arms allows it to put on like a very good battle stance. It can turn around its waist. And the legs can move very well, as well as bending its knees. And there's an ankle joint to allow its feet to also be very articulated, and can also adjust for different stance. And its feet can also bend to put on kind of standing on the toe kind of pose, but may be not necessary for a small figure such as this. And in order to get this figure to work well with the display stand, you actually need to utilize the alternate hair parts here. You have to remove it from the back of Vegeta's head here, and we'll replace it with this one. And it has a little hole on the back here, and we can just attach to the stand like this. There. Now we can get the figure standing on a good angle without utilizing the hook to hold it. And then with the articulation you just saw, you can put on all kinds of good, cool looking poses with this figure. And we can also kind of just lift it up like a, for something like put on a flying pose. Now let's see how we can put on the alternate faces and hands. So you just have to remove the default face like this and put the alternate ones on in its place. And the hands is pretty much the same. You have to pull out the default hands and then put the alternate ones on. And as you saw from the instruction manual, we just have to remove the arms here to put the alternate arms on for the cross arm pose. And now let's try out the few faces and the alternate arms for different poses. Here we have Vegeta putting on the crazy confident smile face on. So this is a simple pose, he just completed his transformation and confident in his power, ready to fight, that kind of pose. And here's another alternate face on with arms crossed, performing a kicking move. And here's a pose of Vegeta charging up his Garlic Gun. And with the last phase, the battle cry phase, you can put on probably the most kinds of poses, like this one where Vegeta is charging up, performing a flying kick or hand chop attack, and finally an energy blast or firing move with like these open hands here. You can always also have the arms move up a bit, so it's more like a more energy expanding kind of look. The last pose I'm showing here, we go back to the default face with Vegeta showing only one finger out, and this is a pose from the Daima series where Vegeta is like blocking all kinds of attack against him with just one finger when he first transformed into Super Saiyan 3. And simple as it may be, this is probably one of the most powerful poses you can do with this figure, because again it shows how Vegeta can overcome a lot of attack with just one finger. And now the last thing to show in this set is the extra face part for the SH Figuarts of Son Goku Mini here. And again, it's like a shock surprise expression, and it can work well with this set for Goku to be put on a surprise look, like, what? Vegeta, you can go Super Saiyan 3 now? This covers all the basic features of this set. And like all SH Figuarts, this figure is crafted so well to have its appearance to show strong screen accuracy to the anime character it's based on. And despite its small size, it still has a lot of articulations, allowing you to recreate all Vegeta's attack or moves or any battle scenes from the Daima anime series in his Super Saiyan 3 form. And the biggest problem is obviously, unlike most SH Figuarts, it's hard for this figure to function on its own because of the Super Saiyan 3 hair here. It's almost impossible for this figure to be balanced by itself, leading you having to heavily rely on the display stand here for poses. So it's a good thing that this set does come with the compatible display stand to work with this figure. But if you're a collector who doesn't like to have any action figure relying on such design or the display stand, this figure may not be to your liking. And one of the biggest problem, besides having to set up balance for this figure, is also like its face changing feature. So unlike most SH Figuarts, you have to slide down the face rather than try to pull off on other direction, and you actually have to handle the face changing very carefully because as you can see, the neck parts connecting to the head, this is a very thin neck part, making it very susceptible to being broken very easily. So which means like when whatever things you do involving the head or moving the face, if you are not careful, you could end up just breaking the head off. Besides these small issues or little challenges you would have to face if you decide to acquire this set, it would definitely make a great addition to collectors or Dragon Ball fans who love seeing Vegeta in his Super Saiyan 3 form, or even more in this mini form. So, and I would highly recommend it, but you would definitely have to handle it carefully. This concludes my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel, and please check out other videos in my channel. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer with best of my knowledge and ability.